welcome to this week's episode of the Shamir Shah Project. We are in the South Downs National Park, well, just outside the National Park, on the very edge of the National Park, but we're still in the South Downs. And today we are hiking, more of a walk rather than hike, this fantastic place of so much historical value. It's unbelievable. It's got history, it's got views, it's got beautiful trails. This place is fantastic, and I'm about to take you on a little adventure. So guys, today we are in the beautiful South Downs, as I said, and this place is called the Cissbury Ring. It is packed with historical value. It is from back in the Neolithic period. So there is so much going on here. I don't know that much about the history, but we're in the South Downs. This place has tons of history, and we're in the Cissbury Ring, and I'm going to take you around the ring itself, including showing you some of the views and what's on offer in terms of its history here. Let's get going, because it's going to get hotter as it started to clear and blue skies, and it's a tremendous day to be hiking. So let's keep moving before it gets too hot. This place is already charming me. I've just climbed a massive hill to get to this point. There is another hill, and once you're at the top, I guess the stunning views are just so complementary to the hills you climb. And I mean, what's not to appreciate about this place? It's absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I'm so glad I've made it out here, because I've heard about it, and for the longest time Cissbury Ring has been on my bucket list for the UK at least, and just because it's deeply soaked in history, and like I said, it's from the Neolithic period. It's a hill fort, and the history that's happened on this hill fort is tremendous. Let's get climbing. Let's go further up and see what happens up there. And still more climbing. Still more climbing. Well, prior to the Neolithic period, it was thought that there wasn't any settlement here. There were no people about in this area. But during the Neolithic period, people actually settled here as hunters, hunter-gatherers. So a band of hunters settled here on this hill, and they did that so that they could keep an eye on their livestock and their animals from a higher vantage point. And so they became hunter-gatherers in the Neolithic period around this area, and that's when it got occupied and became a bit of a fortress for them. I'm not a historian by any means, not at all a historian. I just love history, and what I love most is being an adventurer and a conservationist. I love to conserve, I like to preserve our nature and keep it the way it is, and actually help it grow and become better by campaigning for it, like in my videos. But also, I'm an adventurer at heart. I love to be out in the wild. I love to be mountain biking. I love to be in our beautiful nature. I love to explore places I've never explored. So deep down, I'm not a historian. I am an explorer, adventurer, and conservationist. That's all I am. So I hope you love what I do. I hope you can support me along my journeys. Oh my, the heat's picking up. The heat is picking up. It must be nearly midday, I think. The sun's right above me, right there. So I believe it's coming up to midday now. I prefer not to carry a watch, just my mobile phone. And I don't take out my mobile phone very often because I just want to enjoy it. I want to enjoy the hike. It's a nice leisurely time for me, so why carry a watch and keep a look at the time? I got nowhere to go in a hurry. So guys, look, once again, this is the Cissbury Ring. I would highly encourage you to bring your families and come down here. You could bring your bikes if you wanted, and it's probably better walking around, but you're welcome to bring your bikes. I don't see any signs that say no cycling here. A few hills, but most of all, if you like history and things of historical value, and if you like hiking, and if you like fantastic viewpoints, then bring yourselves here. Bring the family. This is fantastic for young children as well. You can't go wrong. You won't get lost. It's just a ring around the hill fort, and therefore it's called the Cissbury Ring. It's just a ring that goes around. There's other features here you can have a look at while you're here. There's bits and pieces of woodlands around it. There's cityscapes, as we've just seen. There is no reason why you shouldn't make a journey here, especially if you come to Worthing, towards the beach, if you go towards, I don't know, Brighton or Bournemouth, on the south coast, anywhere on the south coast. Why not take a day out or half a day and make the Cissbury Ring part of your adventure? I think you'll appreciate it. Most of all, these people were drawn to this area because of the flint in the area. So they started building little businesses, if you want to call it. Probably not the right word, but flint mining or flint business started. And that's what they were using to create tools, to create things of the trade that they needed for farming, for possibly building weapons, etc. It's amazing. It's amazing. Ponies, guys, ponies. Do you see ponies? These are wild ponies. One there, a black one behind the bush, and there's a brown one behind it. These are wild ponies. On the horizon you can see the shoreline, the coast, and if you see much further, I'm not sure you can see the wind turbines, energy generating wind turbines. It is a marker. It is a marker for the settlement and the Neolithic period fort that existed over here. So it is a marker for that, because we are right at the top of this peak or this hill, and if I look around me on every side, it's equidistant, and therefore it's smack in the middle where the fort probably stood. I've just read up a little bit about the ring, the Cissbury Ring, just to get a deeper insight into it. And this is quite interesting. There is archaeological evidence of the settlement at the Cissbury during the later Roman period, so the Roman period as well. This comprises a group of 11 buildings and 2 rectangular enclosures situated near the eastern entrance to the fort. The ramparts were heightened at this time, possibly in fear of Danish attacks. So, you know, it goes way back in history and follows through history. And I just wonder, as we haven't finished the hike yet, if I go around, if I see any of these remnants left behind. So I've just spotted something, and I thought you should see it. I'll turn the camera around right now so you can have a look. I wonder if these rocks and this little dip is part of the remains of the fort. I wonder if you've been here, maybe you can tell me. Is it? If you're a historian, maybe you could tell me. Drop me a comment in the comment section. Let me know if you know what this might be. If you come to Worthing, if you come down to the beach anytime, or Brighton, if you do one thing, come to Cissbury Ring just for the panoramic views. They are absolutely stunning. And right behind you is another fabulous view. So guys, there's mainly 2 reasons why I make these videos. The first being, I love adventures and I want to explore places that I've never explored before. It's just in me. As an adventurer, explorer and conservationist, I have been all my life. I want to do this because I need to see these places. And secondly, this I do because I want to inspire you. I want to motivate you. I want to get you, your family, everybody out and about and appreciating nature. And by then, when you do this, you'll start to appreciate, respect, and want to protect nature too. So this is the reason I do it. We're approaching some wild ponies, guys. Wild ponies. There's one right there. There's another one right here. There's another one right here. And then one right here. Yes, yes, I love it. Well, there you go, guys. I would say the Cissbury Ring is round about 2 miles. Round about 2 miles it is. I'm just trying to evaluate, because I haven't recorded the walk, and from my experience this would be about 2 miles, so about three and a bit kilometers, and I would say it's fabulous. We've seen the hill fort, and I can see why this is a hill fort now, because if the perimeter is about a 2-mile walk all the way around, it's huge, and it towers above the rest of the hills nearby, all the way down to the ocean front. So the ocean's down there, the hills and the countryside behind us, it towers above everything else. Hence, this was the Neolithic settlement, and this is where the hill fort was built. So it's been fantastic. We've seen amazing views, we've seen wild ponies, we've seen panoramic sea views and cityscape, we've seen more views, and we've seen amazing trenches and woodlands, and I've been on a great walk. So this brings me to the end of the adventure. So guys, go ahead and please leave me a comment, let me know what you think of the walk. Please go ahead and subscribe right there or down here if you're not a subscriber yet, and please go ahead and smash that like button down there, and please support the channel, share the channel. It's youtube.com/shamirshah.com. share the channel, share this video. Thank you very much. I would love it, I would appreciate it, and I will see you out and about on the next adventure.